Hey guys, I want to show you some variations of the get time because it locks your body up, and a big secret that will help you keep the weight off. If I'm a really big fan of doing unilateral exercises. That simply means working out one side of the body at a time, one limb or one leg at a time, because it locks your body up in a different manner that works the core. And the core is where all movement starts. No matter what you do, all movement starts with the core. So doing one side of the body is a great way to incorporate core exercises. So I want to show you some of the core exercises and then you try them. So one of the things we can do is a one-arm chest press. This can be done on a bench. So just like you would do a dumbbell chest press like this, if you do a one-arm dumbbell chest press, you can do this on a bench or you can do this on a ball. If I was doing this on the bench, I could do it with my feet on the floor or with my feet up. But doing one side at a time, my core is working differently than if I was holding two dumbbells. And the heavier this is, the more that you feel it on the opposite side. So if you're doing a one-arm dumbbell chest press, feel your waist on this side and you'll feel these muscles locking up and you'll really feel the difference there. Another exercise you can do with one arm is to do a one-arm row. You can hinge forward like this and do a one-arm row. Of course, you can support yourself like this, but the more that we can do exercises where we're supporting our own body and not leaning on something or sitting in the machine, then the more muscles you're working at one time. And that's the goal, right? To work more muscles, to work the muscles as effectively as you can. So if I do a one-arm row like this, I could do two dumbbells like this. I could alternate two dumbbells, but if I do one dumbbell at a time, my core has to lock up differently. Another benefit of doing unilateral exercises is that I can just simply switch back and forth from one side to the other. Because if I'm doing a one-arm row and I do 10 or 15 or whatever number I'm doing that day, this arm is resting. Then I switch and do 15 reps on this side. This arm's getting a break. And then I can go right back to the other arm and I can just go right back and forth 3 or 4 times. And then I'm done with that exercise. There's no need to take a break because one side is getting a break while the other side is working. All right, now we have the overhead press. This can be done in an Arnold press type fashion. That just means when your palm is facing your shoulder, then you corkscrew your arm as you press it up and down. So you rotate as you press up. This is an Arnold press, or you could just keep it as if you had a bar, like a regular shoulder press. But working one side of my body, I feel it on this side over here. And I could even incorporate some balance and stand on one foot while I'm doing this. That way I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone. So check this out. I'm doing 3 things at one time. I'm working my shoulder, I'm working my triceps, I'm working my balance because I'm standing on 1 foot, and I'm working my core more because I'm only doing this on one side. Boom, look at that. All right, now let's talk about the lower body. We can do one-legged squats. So if you have something you can put on the floor, it helps to give you something to aim for. I have a ball here, not sure if you can see it in the frame, but if I stand beside the ball and I hinge forward, push my hips back, just like a squat. I go down and try to touch it. I'm on one side. I'm doing a one-sided squat. Here, push my hips back. I'll face this way again. Push the hips back, barely touch the ball. So I'm working balance. And I'm also loading more weight on one leg, more so than if I was using both legs. So this is something you can do without any weight at all. Or if you only have a little bit of weight, you can still overload one leg a lot easier than trying to overload both legs. So you're putting all that weight on one leg instead. All right, so that's one way to do it, a one-legged squat. Another thing you could do is a modified pistol. Pistol is just when you hold your leg up in front. So if you get right up against the bench, try it at a bench level first, or maybe a sturdy chair. Hold your leg up, push your hips back, and lower yourself down, right? And similar to the box step up, which I've talked about in another video, if I lean forward, if you're sitting on a couch, if you're sitting in a really low couch, you're gonna lean forward and stand up. If you're gonna sit down on that low couch, you're gonna push your hips back and then sit back like that, okay? So a pistol is no different. So just because it's an exercise, don't mess it up in your head. So if I do a pistol, I'm standing up on one leg, push my hips back, just like I'm going to sit down on that couch. So now I'm keeping my center of gravity on top of this foot that's on the floor. I'm sit down as softly as I can. Now I'm going to use those same muscles to go up. So I'm going to lean forward to keep the weight on top of this leg. Then I'm going to push into the floor and help myself stand up, okay? So it's a hinge every time. I hinge to sit back and down, then I hinge forward to come up. A lot of similarities here between here and the box step up. So a lot of times people make these mistakes with a pistol like this. They try to stay straight up and down, and then it's all awkward, and then they go boom. Now you let gravity take them down, okay? That looked kind of awkward because I didn't do it naturally. Now, if I try to stand up, a lot of times I've seen people try to stay straight up and down, and that was kind of awkward also, okay? So let's make it more functional, the way the body is supposed to move. Push your hips back and down, sit down softly. Then I use these muscles going all the way down, okay? Now I'm gonna lean forward, push my foot into the floor and stand up. So the stronger you get at this is really hard to do if you're not used to it. So once you get used to doing it at a level that's about chair high, once you get to where you can do 5 to 10 of them, maybe try something just a little bit lower. Just a couple inches makes a big difference. So see how much lower you can go. I do this sometimes, and it's very challenging without any weight, but it's quite a bit lower than this to go all the way down and then push your foot, stay in the floor and stay all the way up. So you could do maybe 5 to 10 on one side and then 5 to 10 on the other side. Now that I've shown you some one-sided unilateral type exercises, let's put them together in a workout. So if I was to do chest press, the row, and step ups, let's do 3 exercises. I'm going to show you an example of what a full workout would look like. So if I were to do chest press, I could do 10 on one arm, then switch and do 10 on the other arm, okay? Now I'm going to stand up and do 10 rows. Just pretend I did 10. I'm doing 10 on that first arm that I did a chest press. Now 10 on the second arm, 10 rows. Okay, I'm going to give my arms a break because I'm going to do step ups on the bench. I'm going to lean into it and step up and down. I'm going to step up 5 times on both sides. Okay, pretend that was 5. Then I switch legs 5 times on this side. Okay, now my arms have had a break. They're ready to go again. So I'll go back for the second round and do maybe 10 on this arm, 10 chest presses on this arm, 10 rows on that left arm, 10 rows on the right arm, and then back to the step ups on the left, step ups on the right. So that can be a circuit. I can do all that without having to take a break because my left arm is pushing this arm and the legs are taking a break. Then I can do the right pushing, everything else is taking a break. Then I can do the left pulling. This is working the back muscles, remember? Okay, then I can do the right pulling. And so the benefit of going back and forth is I'm staying moving the whole time, but the other muscles are getting a break while that one set of muscles is working. So that's a way to get the heart rate up. It's a way to shorten your workout, make it more effective and shorter and get more done in a less period of time. Try these one-sided exercises, incorporate them into your workout, and see what that's like and let me know.